Hey guys, this is Nico from Rogue Outdoors. I'm coming back to you with another video. It's been a while since I've posted recently. I apologize for that. I haven't had the chance to really get out and do some recording, some content, but doing a little kind of like update slash, just a little update and a little bit of news here, and just kind of giving you a little bit of a rundown. And it's also gonna, this is gonna be this video is going to be aimed at people who are going to be salmon fishing in upstate New York during the salmon and steelhead runs coming up here soon. So I've been going up for a couple years. There is a couple guys that I follow on social media that have, kind of give you a rundown for everything, but this is, a little bit of, my perspective, and kind of, trying to help the new person or the newbie who decides to want to go up there and try. And first thing I'm going to start off with is, you more than likely, if you're not going up early season, you are going to be almost shoulder to shoulder with people up there. If you're not up there in early season, it's not as pressured. I mean, you can still catch some fish here and there. Right now DSR reports and a couple other accounts that I follow on my social media, they're catching some cohos and a couple kings. A lot of these is majority on fly, catch and release, but when salmon season rolls around, towards the peak of it, there's going to be tons of people up there. I mean, there's going to be people from all over up there. Some of them nicer, some of them rude. Just one thing is, be prepared to fish shoulder to shoulder while you're up there. That's the big thing, is it's going to be shoulder to shoulder. Another thing is, you're going to want to get there early. You want to get there to a spot first thing in the morning. Make sure you can claim a spot. A lot of that applies to the wall up there in Pulaski. That's a spot where a lot of salmon run through, and you're gonna have a lot of people there. So if you do plan on going, get there early so you can secure a spot. Another thing is, I recommend getting waders, chest waders, so that you can actually wade into the water a little bit, so that you are able to fish more spots than just being kind of landlocked there on the shore. You can actually get into the water a little bit, because when you get there, there's gonna be people lined up and down the Salmon River there, and there's gonna be people fishing shoulder to shoulder. Some places you're just gonna have to get in the water. And a couple years ago I didn't have waders. Last year was the first year actually I used waders, and trust me, it made a big difference. I caught like 5 or 6 salmon, and I caught a steelhead. So I was pretty excited. Definitely having the waders helps, so that you increase your chances of hookup and potentially landing a fish and bringing some home for your freezer. Another thing I will recommend is getting a rain jacket. Make sure you have some rain gear, because rain or shine, that rain's going to drive some people out, but there's going to be some hardcore fishermen there, and they're going to be it's going to be raining, and they're still going to be there with their rain jackets on. Make sure you have your rain jacket if there's any rain in the forecast, because I'm telling you right now, best time is in the rain. Those fish, when they feel that rain, they'll start moving. And I've had numerous hookups when it was pouring down rain. I was there with my rain jacket. Make sure you have stuff on that you don't want, you don't care that's going to get potentially wet. If you have your fishing vest or anything like that, make sure you have your hooks and your split shots or any of your weights. Make sure they're in like an airtight container, so that you can take and make sure those are protected. Another thing is, we're gonna move on to poles. Or if you're the newbie, like, what kind of pole do I need to use? Well, you need something that's a salmon steelhead combo. I got here from Shakespeare's or Wildland series. It's their salmon and steelhead combo. I forget how much I paid for it. I've had this for numerous years. I've caught couple dozen salmon with it hooked up plenty of times. I can post a link down in the description, you know, so you can check it out. It's all in all, it's a solid rod. I've had them since like 2017, and they get the job done. You know, it's, you know, relatively inexpensive rod. You're probably going to be paying, I don't know what the price of them nowadays are, but I think when I got them, I paid like 50-60 bucks for them. You know, it's not going to break the bank, but you're going to have a rod that's going to be equipped for catching salmon out there in steelhead. Another thing is, you know, making sure you have the proper line. Some people like putting on the heaviest line possible. Don't do that. Big mistake. Salmon are going to see that and they're going to swim away from it. I use, it's from P-Line. It's like a fluorocarbon type of ordeal. I think I have 12 or 15 pound fluorocarbon on here. Nothing nutty, because fish will see it and they will go away from it. This P-Line here, I don't know if you can see it on my rod. It's kind of like a mossy type of color. Kind of blends in with the water there, so it makes it a little bit easier to get more hookups. I use that. I usually go to like All Seasons or All Sports up there in Pulaski. They take pay like 15-20 bucks or something like that. You get your line, your rod spooled up. That's what I do. I have them spooled up for me, instead of, you know, trying to search the internet, because I can't find it anywhere on the internet, but it seems like all Seasons has it. Then when you're up there, another thing is split shots. These here, up there, they don't have lead. They're all lead free, because they banned the use of lead split shots up there. So, I mean, obviously, you know, these tin ones here, you know, they're going to be seen a little bit better by the salmon, but, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Another thing is other tackle. I use hooks, these like Sickle Hooks. You can get them from a company called Blackbird. I don't know if you can really see them. I can take this off here quick. Blackbird. Also, that's pretty much the bait you use as well. It's a piece of sponge, or, you know, foam ball, or, you know, a soft plastic bead, anything like that. They'll float a little bit, because you want your line up off the ground, off the bottom of the salmon river there for a little bit, because, you know, when the fish are swimming through, this is pretty much how it goes for them to hook up. Fish are swimming with their mouths open, going upstream from Lake Ontario to the place that they spawn. So they're coming up with their mouths open like this. So what happens is, when you have your line and your weight on the water, your weight down, you have your leader with your barrel swivel, and, you know, your fluoro or mono leader, you have that with your weight. It's sitting here on the, your bait's sinker sitting here on the water, and your line's just kind of bobbing up and down with your floaty of choice. So what happens is, the salmon are coming by and your leader's kind of just floating up in the water a little bit. That goes through their mouth, and when you feel that bump, you pull through, and it's something the locals like to call flossing. Comes up through, you hook them in the mouth, because you're just pulling the line through their mouth, and that's how you hook up into them. Because I'll tell you right now, when you're up there at the wall in Pulaski, there's certain portions of the Salmon River where it has to be in the gill plate or forward in order for it to be kept. So if you don't have it in that spot, you can't keep it. You know, I just, you know, don't want, you know, anybody to get fined. Another thing is, they do have undercovers up there, undercover game wardens and everything. So you could be fishing beside one you don't even know. So make sure you always check the rules and regulations, and even follow them when nobody's looking, or if there's other people that are breaking the rules, don't break the rules with them. Take and follow the rules, so that, you know, you don't get a fine. You know, it won't kill the mood of you fishing up there, so that you all have a great time. I forget what the leader is. I think it's like 3 or 4 foot from the barrel swivel up is how long your leader can be. I don't remember, make sure you double check the rules and regulations before you go out there. I know this is kind of just like a on the fly type of video. I can take in more towards salmon season. I can take and break it down and make this shortened and condensed. Another thing is when you're there, this is just a couple rules. All this is just, you know, kind of off the head. I'm not, you know, doing a whole you know, list or anything. I'm just kind of brainstorming things as I'm going along. So another thing is, when you're going and you feel a bump and you lift up and you miss, you have to reel in. You cannot let your line back out in the water. That's another rule that you need to follow. Like I said, we're going to take and just kind of give a quick rundown video closer to salmon season. I'm going to be up there beginning of October, so if you guys see me up there, you know, come by, say hi, you know, get some pictures or whatever. I'm just kind of doing this video as kind of just like a little courtesy video and just kind of, you know, getting geared up for the salmon season. I'm excited. I'm reading these reports. Early gangs up there, they're all up there, you know, slamming them. You know, the high water from Hurricane Ida that came up through caused a bunch of rain. Fish are moving. You know, it's looking like it's going to be a great year or a great salmon run. I'm excited to get up there. And if you guys have any other questions, please leave them down below. I'm going to do one then for the fly rod. It's easier for a lot of people who just want to get into it. Just get a spinning rod. Don't try to do the fly rod stuff. You know, it's going to be a little bit, you know, on the harder side to get into, because you got to do a bunch. You got to do some different things. There's different rules, different I don't know if there's different rules or different regulations, but there is different ways that you have to rig up for it, and this is just the easiest way to rig up. Just get a spinning rod. You'll be able to have, you know, good control with it. I think this is like a 9-foot rod that I have from Shakespeare. It's the Wildland series salmon steelhead combo. It's a great rod. I've had him for at least 4 years now. Like I said, I've landed numerous salmon with them. I'll leave a link in the description below on how you can get that rod. You know, it's obviously going to be an Amazon link. If you have any other questions, you know, I'll leave a link to the chest waders that I have as well. I can also put a link to my boys at X Factor for the hooks, because this year I'm trying out their Sickle Hooks. I'll leave the size and link in the description. I also use it's called, I think it's Blackbird as well. You can get them up there pretty much at any of the bait shops up there. They work good as well. But I'm trying out X Factor because I love the boys at X Factor. Y'all do great work. I've used your, you know, stuff for other things, for trout. I'm looking to use them for steelhead. I just ordered a bunch of stuff from them, so I'm gonna kind of do like an unboxing video and kind of showing what I have, what I got from them. And then the next video I'm gonna do suggested patterns and what kind of things you should throw in this, kind of throw out there while you're salmon fishing, to see, you know, what would increase your chances of hookups, what has worked for me in the past, what might work in the future as I predict. I don't know, but all in all, I will catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And if you guys are going up salmon fishing first week of October, comment down below. Maybe we can meet up, do collaboration videos if you're a small content creator, or, you know, if you just want to get some pictures, or, you know, just chat up and, you know, kind of get to know me a little bit. You know, I'm a small content creator. I love, you know, meeting people who have seen my channel. It's one of the greatest things ever. And, you know, I just like kind of sharing tips and little tricks to kind of help people get into salmon fishing, because about 5 years ago I got into it, and it's kind of, you know, taken me by storm. It's one of my favorite things to do. I look forward to it every fall. So I'm hoping I can share that experience with you guys. I got a better GoPro camera this year, so I'm going to hopefully be able to get more footage, or actually get footage this year and not be nervous, because I've been kind of making videos just to kind of get over being nervous and recording videos. And, you know, it's going to be a lot when I'm up there. So I'm going to try to get some footage for you guys so I can make a montage, and, you know, kind of just do like day by day, like highlights and updates and things like that. And I'll keep you guys updated. check Instagram for updates. Gonna get some more TikToks made for some tips and tricks for salmon fishing when you're up there. I'll leave all links to my social medias down in the description. If you guys, you know, could like, comment, share, and subscribe, this will greatly help me out so I can make better content for you guys, and just kind of leave some feedback so that I can know what I should make and what I shouldn't make. And I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy and have a nice day.